Welcome to Jungle's Lair podcast on navigating the uncharted territories of business. Today, I want to share with you a story of persistence and determination that changed my career as a real estate entrepreneur. As you know, when you have a seller who had their home on the market for 2 years, it's a very, very long time. In 2 years, the market would have gone through 2 spring periods where the real estate market is in high demand. It will also have gone through 2 summers where the demand slows down. Again, 2 years of not selling a property, it's a very long time. There has to be a few reasons why it doesn't sell. Like any property, there's only 3 problems with it. 1, either the price is way too high, or 2, there's no demand in the marketplace, or 3, the property itself is so run down, it has so many issues, so many problems that nobody wants to pick it up. And that is price determined. Remember, anything sells if the price is right. Anything sells if the price is right. This property that has been on the market for 2 years, I think it was in the 2nd or 3rd year of my real estate entrepreneur career. These owners, it was a couple, Asian wife, Caucasian husband. I really liked that husband. He was in marketing business in United States. He met his Chinese wife in university. They got married, had a few kids, and they moved to Canada. They were prominent. They were giving. They were graceful. They give to charities. They run charities. These couple were known for not only for being hard to deal with, they also had high expectations for the sale. Their home was on a triangle. In my culture, you don't buy a piece of shit like that. It's called a blade, like a knife. You have this straight edge and you have the triangular edge. Not good on a lot. Still, 2 years, they were expecting a couple $1 million. They have been through hot market, cold market, hot market, cold market. Price keep on coming down. Within the 2 years, still wasn't being able to sell. I happened to door knock that property, came in tough and strong. The husband liked me, but the wife, she didn't like me. She was a driver personality. If you know any personality types, there's 4. The driver, amiable, analytical, expressive. Drivers are short and quick. They make decisions very fast. Expressive, usually late for the party, likes attention, likes to talk a lot, likes to wear colorful clothing. You can look around. You can find a lot of expressive drivers around. You have analytical. They want every single details. And you have them amiable. They're so empathetic. It's hard for them to make a decision. It's hard for them to decide. That's only one framework when you're looking at people. There's multiple frameworks. I'll go into it another day. Coming back to the story. The wife was driver, I was a driver, and it was difficult because she didn't like me. The husband loved me. I tried to take the deal, sign the paperwork. Husband signed right off the bat, and he was working on the wife. The wife said to the husband, no, I don't want to work with Ed. Isn't there any other people around? The husband said, well, he does have a pretty good sales pitch, and we did use all the top people in the city. Why don't we just give this young guy a chance? And plus, he works with a very prominent team leader. And the wife just says, it's all right. Okay, fine. We'll use him. Okay, sign the paperwork. At the end of the day, I want to influence them. I want to impact them in a positive way. My job is to bring the best goddamn service possible, to not leave any money on the table. I work for them. And guess what happened? It was an uphill battle. I was determined. I like hard deals. From my experience, buying and selling real estate, the most rewarding deals are the ones that are the most challenging. They make you happy. They make you release endorphins, dopamine, whatever chemicals that are happening within your brain. And they were the best. And this was one of them. For that deal, I spent a lot of time doing research, and I realized that success sometimes requires a different approach. I looked on the market in that neighborhood, and I noticed that all the homes that were selling. They were selling for below the market prices. Pricing right became very important, one of the 4 Ps. And in real estate, there's 3 ways to price it. You can either price it high above the market, on the market, or you can price it low. And I thought to myself, these people requires a very bold move. And I decided to price the home very low. There was none of them like that in the market in early 2010s. It was a scary experience. 10 years ago, not a lot of people were doing it. People didn't get it. Sotheby's had auctions for hundreds of years, and so did Christie's. But yet, it wasn't a common tactic in real estate back then. I thought, why don't we just give it a shot? Let's try it. That's what we did. It was a very difficult task convincing the wife. She was a no person. Even though she wanted to sell the property, she wanted to move. She didn't want to take a new approach. My biggest challenge was convincing her. I said to her, if you do the same thing as what other people has done and you expect a different result, what does that make you? When I said that, it was a very offensive statement. I looked her in the eye. I didn't have any fear. I was firm. I was calm because I knew I needed to impact her and influence her in a positive way. If I didn't say this, and there's no way that I can help them and serve them, I had to take the rough path. I had to take the most challenging path. I had to take the path where I would have the most struggle and they would have the most struggle emotionally. Again, it's all an emotional battle. Nothing more. She agreed with me. It clicked. She let me take over, full hands on deck. When we did a multiple offer, when we ran it, we then marketed it. I handed out numerous flyers. I door knocked around the neighborhood, inviting people over. We collected the offers. Each one was better than the last until I finally found the one. I call this the golden offer. The one that I was waiting for. The one that the sellers cannot refuse. The one that the property owners cannot resist. The negotiation process was pretty intense, and I was met with huge resistance and skepticism. Oh, can you operate this way? Would they actually complete on the property? If I were to sell, where would I go next? Oh, how do you know that this is the best offer on the table that you can get? And this is normal. When you're doing something new, especially when you're selling this huge asset class, real estate is considered to be the biggest purchase of a person's lives. It's an emotional experience. That's why the job exists. That's why real estate agents exist, so that the good ones can act as a guide to lead them, to comfort them in this huge sale. But I remained patient. I was persistent. I answered all her questions, addressed all her concerns. The husband was very helpful. He was on my side. He knew that this is something they've been waiting for the past 2 years. I knew this deal was important to me, and I knew that this was important to them. I had to do everything in my ability to get it done. In the end, persistence always pays off. After days of negotiation, I was able to secure that deal and make it beneficial and good for both parties. The sellers were ecstatic with the price they received. They had a party. Once the deal was signed off, they asked me, Edward, you have tried hard in this deal. What can I get you? I joked around. I said, give me a Bentley. I was just kidding. I told them it was my honor. I didn't want anything else. I was happy that you got what you wanted. And all I got to say is I'm here to serve you. They were ecstatic and happy with the price they received and the dates. And I was proud of the deal that I had put together and I had closed. This experience taught me the importance of persistence and determination in every single industry. It doesn't matter what you do. The difference is made when you're 1% more persistent than the next player. When you watch the Olympics, you will notice the difference where only millisecond between a winner gold medalist and a silver medalist. That's persistence. That's determination. So, what can you learn from this story? First, success requires hard work. It requires patience. And it requires a never giving up attitude. Second, sometimes the key to success is taking a different approach. You need to think outside the box. You need to be creative. You need to do something different. You need to be observant. You want to see what is the next trend, what is happening in the marketplace. You want to be talking to people. You want to ask people for their opinions. Finally, just remember, persistence always pays off. It's important to keep pushing and never give up on what you believe in, even when the road is tough. Now, that's the story of how I closed an impossible deal. I hope you find it interesting and learn something from it. Join me next time on the Jungle's Lair podcast, where we will explore more stories and lessons learned from the world of business.